The new strongest LR in Dokkan history is on his way, but when does LR Gomah drop in your local time zone? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We are back for another Dokkan Battle video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the Lr AGL Gomah for this year's November Part 2 campaign and trying to figure out when he drops in your local time zone. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on in. So, shout out to the guys over on the Dokkan Wiki for posting this up. We can see as we go to the Dokkan Wiki's webpage that he will be dropping on November 12th at 12 p.m. HST. So we'll link this website in the description down below. And if you head on over to the website and you have your browser synced to your clock on your computer, it'll tell you exactly what time he drops for you. So for me, it'll be 3 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time on the 12th. This is actually significantly earlier than most normal times, especially for me. But the question is, what does that look like for the rest of us? So, as always, we have our handy dandy time zone converter, which I will also link in the description down below. And you can use this to kind of help you figure out, based on your time zone, when he's going to be dropping. So, if we take a look here, we went ahead and we plugged in Hawaii Standard Time, November 12th, 3 p.m. And we can work from there to figure out our time zones. We can see that PST, which is typically the time that Dokkan posts gives us when they post things in. You can see that it's listed here as 5 p.m. So he'll be dropping at 5 p.m. This is essentially daily reset for most people. Stone reset for most people is when he will be dropping. If we hop all the way across the pond to Japan, those of you on JST, you're looking at a 10 a.m. on November 13th drop time, which is about standard, right? Almost 24 hours ahead of us. But coming back, looking at Mountains time, you guys are looking at a 6 p.m. release time. Great time. Honestly, the US, we really got a good time zone going on here for this one, releasing at 3 p.m. for me, 5 p.m. for California up to Washington, and Mountain Time, you guys are looking at 6 p.m. Central Time, you guys are looking at 7 p.m. release time for him, and then those of you guys on the East Coast from Florida up to New York, you guys are looking at 8 p.m. Honestly, all great times. You guys can eat your dinner, do what you got to do, and then summon freely without having to worry about anything. Now, here's where things start getting interesting. When we start looking at our friends over here further away, like I know I have some friends in Argentina. You guys are actually looking at a 10 p.m. release time on the 12th, so almost 2 hours after Eastern time. Greenwich Mean Time, so this is guys over here on in the UK or in the area for here. You guys are looking at a 1 a.m. on the 13th, so yeah, things are a little rough here, right? You don't want to be getting up at 1 a.m. Just sleep it off, but know that it'll drop at 1 a.m. For our guys in CET, Paris, France, Germany, a couple places in Spain, you guys are looking at a 2 a.m. release time. Not a great time to be releasing units once again, right? You don't want to be waking up at 2 and summoning. For our friends on Eastern European time, you guys are looking at 3 a.m. on November 13th. So Europe, you guys really got the short end of it here this time around, but you guys had some pretty good releases before that. For our friends in Manila in the Philippines, you guys are looking at a 9 a.m. release time on November 13th. So a little bit better. You get to get up, have your breakfast, do what you got to do a little bit of summoning, maybe on the bus to work or to school. You know, it could, it's much better off than, these 1, 2 a.m. release times. Now, of course, I can only demonstrate 10 here, but we can always add more. Simply remove, right, and add. So we'll drop 2. So if you don't see yours here, you can always do this and plug in your known times, and then we can add who we want to add here. So, for example, right, we have some friends over in Australia, so in Melbourne. So we can look here, Melbourne, you guys are looking AEDT, 12 noon on the 13th. Pretty rough there. It's right in the middle of the day. It Go on your lunch break, I guess, do your summons, or just wait till you're done, but still pretty good. Moving on, looking at, say, let's say you don't see yours on the list, right? Maybe you live in India, right? So if we pull this up, right, let's go with New Delhi. You guys are looking at 6:30 a.m. on November 13th. So not the greatest, but also not the worst, right? You might just now be getting up, getting ready for school, getting ready for work. Maybe do some summons again on your way into work or to school, but not bad. It's definitely better than some of these others. So, again, if you don't see your time zone here, let us know in the comments down below, and we'll make sure to hit it up on the next one. But you can always use this one for yourself as well if you would like to check it out. I'll link it in the description down below. Just plug in your known time and then your time zone, and you can figure it out from there. So let's end things off by taking one last look at Gomah. So for those that have not seen it, Gomah is actually insane. For Yellow Coin LR, he's incredibly good. He leads Demonic Power and Terrifying Conquerors for 200%, which we do know is still a great lead, and covers a wide swath of villain and super characters with the Demonic Power. He has an entrance animation that activates once only when you have a Demonic Power or Terrifying Conquerors character on the team. It gives him a 40% chance to evade for 4 turns. He gets attack to defense 333% and key 5, and has a chance of 400 critical hit, evasion, and damage reduction rate 30%, as well as recovering every turn. After receiving 3 attacks in battle, he gets... before receiving 3 attacks in battle, he gets 66% damage reduction, essentially giving him a ton of extra defense to protect himself for the first couple of turns as he builds, right? When receiving an attack, he gets an additional 200%, and after receiving or evading an attack, he gets an additional attack 200% and key 5, with a great chance of launching an additional super within the turn. At the start of each turn, he stacks 150% attack and defense as a phase 2 stack. This is a lot better than what you'd be getting. Like, we've already seen how this works with the manga characters. It works really, really well. So, and his is free. You don't have to worry about getting hit or dealing attacks. It's just when he shows up. He also has an additional 50% chance of permanently boosting his attack as well. So really, really good there. This guy, like, he's insane. You give him a couple of turns and he easily turns into one of the best LRs in the game. When he is the second attacker in the turn, he will also get a permanent defense 333% buff. Very, very helpful. So basically, like, if he starts slot 1, he gets that permanent buff for the rest of the battle when he shows up again and lands in slot 2. If he starts slot 2, then great. But you do have to position him at some point. Like, if he starts in slot 3, you have to position him slot 1, so that way he shows up in slot 2, so he'll eventually get it. But all in all, really, really good. This part's going to build up fast. Now you'll notice he doesn't have any super attack effects to raise defense other than his allies for 2 turns. And that is, of course, because of this passive here. We've seen how quickly that can spin out of control. He does have a giant form active skill, which does typical giant active skill things, right? Removing the super attack, dealing a little bit of damage. Now remember that these stats do not carry over to the giant form, so you're not really pulling the giant form for damage. More so just for mitigating the super attacks and kind of whittling down the HP. So honestly, really, really good, right? If you are going to summon for him at one of these times here, then it is definitely worth it. You're not losing a lot. You're gaining probably one of the best LRs in the game. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what time will you be summoning for Lr AGL Gomah? And if you are going to be summoning, and I didn't list your time zone below, let us know in the comments and we'll make sure to hit you up on the next video. So that's it for the video, guys. If nothing else, thanks for watching and aloha.